Ingia pembeni kule Paulo Chuoga. Leta cross kwa Sharif Musa. Gidio! Gidio Benje Kamololi Mopao. Batoto Bakongo. Banaleta raha ndani ya Kogalo. Banachezesha watu rumba. Na ni rumba tamu kweli kweli. Gidio Benje Kamololi Mopao. Kamololi. Super sub mwingine Paulo Chuoga. Akamtafuta alikuwa anaenda wapi Big Sente Otieno. Gidio Benjeka akatumia gula kila kushoto. Cross yake Paulo Chuoga kulia kule. Akaimimina ndani. Akakutana nao akakosa Sharif Musa. Mpira wa pili ukamkuta Gidio Benjeka Mololi ya Mopao. Mzee wa ambisio. Batoto Bakongo. Banaleta raha ndani ya Kogalo. Kogalo goli moja. Salute. Na sambaza upendo Lazarazu bila kupoteza muda ameicheza ya kwanza. Felix Oluoch Mboya. Felix Oluoch Mboya alianza Big Sente goal kikile akakosa Alphonse Omija. Baada hapo Felix Oluoch Mboya akamakinika kwa ubora kabisa. Touch ya kwanza bora yake Felix Oluoch Mboya akampoteza kipa yule Kevin Omondi. Gula dhahabu, gula kushoto, kitu kikajaa ndani ya kamba zile. Kwa amechelewa kuruka tu. Baada hapo akawajaza Mboya. Akasema size yangu nyinyi. Big Sente Otieno anaparaza kwa kichwa na kataa bado. Anaondosha mfungaji wa goli Felix Oluoch Mboya. Christopher Ochieng. Brian Marita bado anapambana kule Kogalo. Alphonse Omija amefuta makosa yake kabisa. Dakika za jioni hizi, dakika za lala salama, haijaisha mpaka ishe. Wenda mwapa alama zote tatu kwa Omija. Akaeka kitu ndani ya kamba. Dakika za lala salama kabisa. Dakika za kuku kurudi banjani hizi. Dakika za ng'ombe kurudi zizini. Baishie sare lakini alikataa Alphonse Omija. Ustadh Mkatoliki. Ingia pembeni kule Paulo Chuoga. Leta cross kwa Sharif Musa. Gidio! Gidio Benje Kamololi ya Mopao. Batoto Bakongo. Banaleta raha ndani ya Kogalo. Banachezesha watu rumba. Na ni rumba tamu kweli kweli. Gidio Benje Kamololi ya Mopao. Kamololi. Super sub mwingine Paulo Chuoga. Akamtafuta alikuwa anaenda wapi Big Sente Otieno. Gidio Benjeka akatumia gula kila kushoto. Cross yake Paulo Chuoga kulia kule. Akaimimina ndani. Akakutana nao akakosa Sharif Musa. Mpira wa pili ukamkuta Gidio Benjeka Mololi ya Mopao. Mzee wa ambisio. Batoto Bakongo. Banaleta raha ndani ya Kogalo. Kogalo goli moja. Salute. Na sambaza upendo Lazarazu bila kupoteza muda ameicheza ya kwanza. Felix Oluoch Mboya. Felix Oluoch Mboya alianza Big Sente goal kikile akakosa Alphonse Omija. Baada hapo Felix Oluoch Mboya akamakinika kwa ubora kabisa. Touch ya kwanza bora yake Felix Oluoch Mboya akampoteza kipa yule Kevin Omondi. Gula dhahabu, gula kushoto, kitu kikajaa ndani ya kamba zile. kwa amechelewa kuruka tu. Baada hapo akawajaza Mboya. Akasema size yangu nyinyi. Vincent Otieno anaparaza kwa kichwa na kataa, bado anaondosha mfungaji wa goli Felix Oluoch Mboya. Christopher Ochieng, Brian Marita bado anapambana kule Kogalo. Amefuta makosa yake kabisa. Dakika za jioni hizi, dakika za lala salama, haijaisha mpaka ishe. Wenda mwapa alama zote tatu kwa Gamija. Akaweka kitu ndani ya kamba. Dakika za lala salama kabisa. Dakika za kuku kurudi banjani hizi. Dakika za ng'ombe kurudi zizini. Ishie sare, lakini alikataa Alphonse Omija. Ustadh Mkatoliki.
A very good morning to you. My name is Daniel Wahome and welcome to Sports Check on this first Monday of February 2025. It is the third day, and one of the stories that we're going to be looking at is where the Cabinet Secretary in the Ministry of Information, Communications and the Digital Economy, the Honorable William Kapugo, and the Principal Secretary in the State Department for Broadcast and Telecommunications, Professor Edward Kisiangani, will be meeting with the heads of departments and of the State Department, the various departments, and they're going to be giving comprehensive briefs detailing the work of their departments to the CS and the PS. That is just one of the stories that we're going to be looking at. And remember, so much to follow around. There is those happening in the courts. And remember, even after the retreat in Naivasha, the parliamentarians are back to the city and they are doing committee work. And we have got the National Assembly on, this is the National Assembly's Departmental Committee on Health, and it is going to be holding a consultative meeting with the Presidential Task Force on addressing human resources for health, and the discussion will focus on policy, recruitment and deployment of healthcare professionals across the national and county governments. And also the Public Accounts Committee sittings resume this week. And today, the State Department for Water is appearing at this time, and the Teachers Service Commission will be appearing at 2 p.m. So those just three of the main items that we'll be looking at. And remember also, we've got the court, and everyone within the region is focused on what's happening in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo. A lot of conversations involving the Southern Africa Development Corporation, SADC, and also the East Africa community to ensure that there is a solution that is found to the crisis in Eastern DRC. So part of the stories that we are going to be keeping tabs on within our docket. And as we welcome you, our sign language interpreter within is Wangeshi, and she's going to be with us till 11 o'clock. Two conversations that we're going to be having today, besides the matters that we are looking at from the field. We shall be talking about a university that is focused on planting 10 million trees, and to encourage people to do that, they also want you to run 10 million trees. Remember, there's a 15 billion target by 2032 that has been set by the state. This is just a portion of it, and what can be done to ensure that this happens. The other conversation, and this is the first one that we are going to have as we wait for our young athletes, the future of the country. We're going to be talking about judo, and over the weekend the Judo Federation of Kenya did have one of their league events, and this was at the Maasai Technical Institute, and that was in Kajiado County. And a lot has got to be said. What can we pick? What are the lessons that have been picked up there, and what needs to be done to improve the caliber of athletes who are competing in that event? So that's what we're going to be taking a look at when we have this conversation. And in studio with me on my immediate left is the Deputy Secretary General, Judo Kenya, Kennedy Kwethia. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
And also, the Judo Federation of Kenya, they've engaged together with the International Judo Federation to bring in a national coach, lift the standards of the game. And we've got Yusuke Utashiro. Yusuke-san.
Yes.
Arigato.
Arigato.
No, arigato is...
yes, arigato is
thank you. Actually, it's thank you, but konnichiwa.
Yes, exactly, konnichiwa.
No, I have that right. I'm sure when Rally comes, I'll be able to speak with Takamoto Katsuta very well now. And also, we've got his assistant, Lawrence Karisa.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning. So, Lawrence, let me start with you. And in Kajiado County over the weekend, we saw that you held that league event. And this is how, within the local scene, judokas do build up their points. What were some of the take-homes for you from the athletes who competed in the various weight divisions?
Yeah, we have teams from different counties. They came to Kajiado, we were hosting. And they did very well. It was a very good competition. We have seen judos improving in Kenya. Mm-hmm. Young athletes are upcomings. They're doing very well in judo.
Yeah, so looking at it, what were some of the things that, some of the athletes who stood out for you, whose improvement you have seen, and those you can see have been consistent even as they compete?
That's what I'm saying. With the young athletes, we are trying to choose some of them, those who are the best, with my fellow coach Yusuke here, so that we can build a team Kenya to represent the country.
Okay, let me come to you, Yusuke-san. Being called up by the, with the IJF, you come in here now. You're playing the role of the national team coach. What were some of the things that, things that you would like to impart on Kenyan judokas? What the lessons that you'd want to give to the judokas in Kenya?
In Kenya, yes, I came from Japan, and yes, at first I came here and saw the Kenyan judo. Yeah, there are many teams, and my team came from many clubs, so they have already good potentials. So just I'm enjoying to improve them. So it's not difficult. They have basics. So just I support them and just teach the new patterns of techniques. Only that. Yeah.
We'll be coming to the techniques because I know that's where, Lawrence and Yusuke will come in very strongly. But let me come to you, Kennedy, now. Just giving us a wrap, from 2024. A very big conversation with Zedi Cherotich, having qualified for the Olympics. Actually, right, I think about, it was a universality thing that was given in late June, which means that within a week, everything had to be cleared for her, and she was competing. And it was a very brief flight, 20-25 seconds or so. But what were the lessons learned throughout that qualifying process to the Olympics? Because that's where I would like to start for the KJF.
Yes, one of the main lessons that we learned was early preparation. Early preparation is very key for us as Kenya Judo Federation, especially when we are aiming for the Olympics. Zedi, she did her best. We applauded her. It was an honor for us to have one of our Olympians from judo participate. And we normally call it the 25 seconds of success, where we know that it's not that easy for us to participate in the Olympics. But looking forward, we are looking at preparing ourselves much better, especially with the oncoming Youth Olympics 2026 and 2028 LA Olympics.
And as a build-up, we also have to look back and what are the improvements that you may have seen when we talk about the novices and rather the cadets and junior championships that Kenya hosted 2.5 years back here now?
Well, some of the improvements we've had is especially with the new coach. He's coming with a lot of expertise in terms of technical expertise and bringing in new skills. And if we were to compare 2022 and right now, we would say that even as we have been participating in the Continental Games, we've been doing very well. We were in Dakar, Senegal in December, whereby we got 2 silvers and 3 bronze. And 2 weeks ago, we were in Casablanca, whereby we came back with a gold medal and a bronze medal. And that's been something that we've not been able to achieve over a couple of years, 7 years for gold. So we can see quite a bit of improvements. There's a change in the junior and cadets, and also the seniors that we have.
And Casablanca, when you, I know you were keeping a lot with Casablanca. Suke-san, what was it that you saw from the domestic scene and also for Kenyan athletes? And this is the youngsters.
Yes.
This was age grade competition. What is it that you saw and improved? Because we know judo in Africa is dominated. You will find it either Cameroon. I'll also mention, I think, Cote d'Ivoire, and then Egypt, Algeria, Tunisia.
Yes. So?
Yeah. So what is it that you saw that could be done better by the those who are in Casablanca?
Yeah, I say it. So basically, they already have the basics because the Kenya, many local coach improved them. So they have already basics, and especially I want them to only eager. They have to eager to be strong. That spirit is the most important, and they already have. So it's not difficult to improve for me. So just we gather, and especially I give them the practical training, like the real games. So because they in several teams, so they don't have same level as the rival in them team, and they don't have the enough space to do practical session every day. So but I can gather them my place, and we can use big place, and we can gather high-level athletes. So I practice. I give them the practical session. We said it laundry, and I practice with them. All athletes, the same as me, the adults, seniors also, the cadets also. I practice with them, and I teach the techniques, and I remake the techniques. So I improve them like that.
Well, he is Yusuke Otashiro. He's the coach of the national team, and his assistant is Lawrence Karis. Lawrence, let me come to you. As a coach, one of the things is that judo is a sport that is physically demanding, because there is the technique part, but you also need your body strength. You also need a lot of flexibility. Take us through the paces that you take the athletes through. And also to mention is that later we're going to be having a demonstration. Felix Okoko, Boniface, Angi, Caroline Sigei, and Grace Mailu will be joining us. Right, they'll be coming on to our set so that we can see the practical side of it and what Coach Lawrence and Coach Yusuke would want. Lawrence,
yes.
Physical fitness training for a judoka.
Physical training for a judoka.
Physical fitness training, strength and conditioning. Mtu awe na nguvu na akuwe na form kabisa.
Yeah. Yes, to also to eat very nutrition, very important in judo. And also take his time to do a lot of physical. Also take his time on the mat, practical daily trainings.
Aya, tupatie program on a day before you get to the mat, and you want somebody. What are the basic training, the training regime that you take them through outside of the mat, so that they are fit and ready for the sport?
As I say, first of all, you have to a good warm up, and then you start drilling the techniques.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe Kennedy, bring the back outside of the mat. Yeah. You want to come? Okay, Kennedy. The kind of training that someone must go through, endurance and strength, such that there is a balance, because this is a sport that calls for a lot of activity.
Yes. No, definitely. We have a gymnasium at our camp in Kasarani. So early morning, they go to the gym. They do a routine in the gym. They do the treadmill. They do the weightlifting to enhance their strength. And most recently, we've also introduced mind strength, mindfulness, through one of our collaborators, Professor Dr. Sheila Kalunga. And we were with her also in Casablanca, just to have a holistic approach in terms of enhancing physical, mental, and health, to have a strong unit in terms of the national team. So we're looking at all angles in terms of preparedness and enabling them.
So, Lawrence, if I come back to you, looking at it, Dr. Kalunga has been mentioned about the mental strength required for a judoka. Just tell us why, how you make sure that they do that. Because, for example, if I go and compete at the African Championship for the first time, kuna ile woga, the butterflies and all of that.
That's what I say, they have to be confident. It builds confidence. A judoka has to be confident before to go to the mat. It's very important because of panicking.
How do you help a judoka? Msaidiaje judoka wako kurelax? Mchezaji wako unamsaidiaje kurelax ukiingia pale kiwanjani?
Nikupatia confidence, kumwelezea. Sikuwa inaoga. He has to remember his techniques. Yeah.
Well, and let me come to you, Yusuke-san. I read somewhere, judo, one of the things you do is use the force of your opponent at times to defeat them.
Yes.
So, when you're training the judokas, for example, Felix, Boniface, Caroline, and Grace, who will be joining us just on the set to Mayer right here so that they can do the demo, how do you help develop the strength and skill of a judoka? For example, you have somebody who's 60, the one 64, or it's up to say 76. How do you help them develop that skill?
Yes, you said that we have to use the force of opponent. So, yeah, I'm saying them about we have to observe opponent movement, observe opponent response, and we use that response to involve our movement. It's the most important doing judo.
Okay. So, Kennedy, coming to you, you've seen, previously there are those who say, look, if you train with somebody who, say you are 70 kgs and you train with somebody who's 76 kg, what you do is that you may gain the power, but the person who's 76 now, but this lighter person tends to be faster. So how do you make sure that that balance happens and somebody can compete within their weight categories?
Well, I think the coaches have quite a bit to do when it comes to developing the skills. Speed is very important. So the lighter you are, the faster you can be, and that really comes in handy, especially when you're dealing with someone who is of a bigger weight category. And it even becomes worse when you do plus 100 kgs. You might be 101 kgs, and you're the same category with someone who is 120 kgs. And when you meet on the mat, you have to apply very good skills and with speed. Yes.
Okay. One of the things that we, as we get ready to see that demonstration, Coach Lawrence, let me come to you. activities that help develop the speed of a judoka. Just take us through that.
Activities for
Developing the speed of a judoka. Mtu awe na mbio ili ukipatana na mwenzako, you know how to grab, how to avoid that.
let's just say you have to. There's a lot of trainings, physical, and then to build concentration, sharpness also.
Okay.
Yeah.
Coach Yusuke, just tell us about how you help develop speed fast.
Yeah, of course we need training of muscles, but we have to get a sense of how to use body, how to use arms, how to use full power immediately. So we need to practice this in the usual practice, in the technical session, a practical session, like the real fight, like the game in usual practice. So in that situation, we have to make the sense of the use full power immediately. And actually, we have to think well about the next opponent movements, and we will we feel opponent movement and feel opponent move and use my power so we can throw opponent. So we need to get the sense of how to use opponent power, how to use our power immediately. So we have to practice in usual practice session. Yes.
Okay, now for you to have, I know there is the use of feet and hands in judo. So, do you skip rope exercises that, for example, just to make sure that your legs are also strong and make sure that you're light on your feet? You see, in boxing, so
yes.
that they're able to move, they do a lot of skipping. Yeah. So these little things that somebody does to make sure that they're light on their feet, so that your feet, you're able to move your feet quickly.
Yes. Yeah, we also, same as boxing also, we have to use whole bodies, of course, legs also. But we define it in we call it laundry and practical session. Yeah.
Well, we'll be coming to a practical session, so it will be good as Felix, Okoko, Boniface, and Caroline and Grace, they're here and we know they're getting into their gear. Let me come to you, SG. One league event, end of January. Let's talk about the next few events that are there. And one of the things is making sure that, the numbers do make sense for you to have a real competition.
Yes, yes, we had, this is 2025 now. Our first national league was in Kajiado, where we hosted it at MTTI, sorry. And our next upcoming event is going to be the Japanese Ambassadors Cup, which is going to be held in Kasarani on the 1st of March. Whereby it's an Ambassadors Cup where the ambassador for Japan will come and award. It's normally done, we normally do it, the last time we did it, this is our third one. The last one we did was in 2019. And we have several more coming after that, because every month we ensure that we have a national league. We have Kitui, we have Kisumu, we have Siaya, we have Eldamaravine, Ukunda, Kwale. So there's every month we ensure we have, and during these national leagues, they're quite competitive. They're becoming more competitive, a minimum of 8 to 10 clubs like we saw in Kajiado over the weekend. And they're quite competitive because we are getting more of the young people getting recruited into judo. So, and it's becoming very exciting for the federation because the quality is improving. Yes.
Well, and so there you have, and that is Kennedy Withia is the Deputy Secretary General of the Kenya Judo Federation. And one other thing that we'd like to talk about, Lawrence Karisa, when you go down there and you want to reach out to children, one of the things is people see judo as a combat sport. Si mambo na kupigana. The background is self-defense. How are you reaching out to the young people so that they can understand that judo is a sport that you can participate in and it is not meant to make you an aggressive person? Could you uwe mchokozi?
Yeah, you know, in judo, okay, you say judo gently, but we emphasize a lot in discipline. Yeah, discipline first.
Discipline first.
It's the first.
Na kuelezea watu wengine ya kwamba sasa huu mchezo ni uko sawa kwa kila mtu. How do you reach out to the parents? Because if you've got to have youngsters, then first of all the parents must believe that the sport is safe for the child. Hata umia. The moment somebody is tossed onto a mat, that they are not going to get hurt, and also the fact that with this, what they learn is not going to use to harm another child. How do you teach that? Convince parents that, because watasema hii ni mchezo wa vita.
Kweli. Kwa hivyo tunagusia safetyness of judo. We have the mats which are approved. When you fall down, you don't feel the impact. We have also the uniforms, we call it judogi in Japanese. They're also approved, so you cannot be hurt. So there is safetyness in judo. Yeah.
All right, very well. And I can see that our 4 judokas, they are here, they are ready. I know they want to get into their judogis. That is their key. And we're going to get a full demonstration as to how this works. So as they get ready for that, let me just come to you, Isuka-san, and how you now grade the judokas as they progress.
I grade?
So from white belts,
Yes.
The belt colors.
Yes, yeah. Say that he said it. Yes, of course. I'm a national coach, so my duty I have to grow up them the technical parts, but not that one. If their belt OB is grading up, they have to get discipline. Not only the techniques, not only power. They have to respect opponent, respect coach, respect their partner, respect the place of us. So I also give them direction of the how think, and not only physical part, the like spirit and mind also. They need to grow up for grading up.
And seeing how the competitors who are there, somebody moves from, white as they move up, the yellow,
Yellow.
the green, the brown, and that. How do you now make sure that they can retain that belt? If they go and in a contest with somebody, say from Uganda or even Nigeria, at the same level, then you can see that this is a tough contest. Just take us through that. Such that if you have somebody who is brown belt in Kenya competing with brown belt in Nigeria, then the mismatch is not there, such that they're equal. It can be a fair contest. It can go to the distance.
How do you think?
You can translate to him. Okay, how do you make sure that if somebody is a brown belt in Kenya,
yes.
if somebody from here, then they can go and compete with somebody who is same level. Yes. and you can see that there is no, they are equally balanced. How do you ensure that that is maintained and they go up?
Is you saying about the technical level?
Yeah, technical level.
But actually, if so, we don't need to teach them the high-level techniques. They have to get the basics. Only that. It's the most important. Without judo also same as this, but not especially judo also. We need the basic things. The how move the foot, feet, how move the arms, how move the whole body. It's the so we need the basic practice. It's not practical one. It's not. They don't need the high level another techniques, another the patterns. Not that. Just at first we need to grow up basics, and because there is a ukemi. This is the how to say ukemi? Yeah, yes, protect technique like yes, so inside and head. So if they can ukemi easily well, they can easy to they don't have to be afraid of throwing opponent also. So they have confidence of them judo. So they need to improve ukemi. It's the best basic, most basic things, but most important.
Well, let me come to you, Deputy SG. And one of the things that, for all of this to happen, because you mentioned Kitui, Siaya, you're mentioning Kitale, basically you're mentioning different counties within the country, and not just Nairobi, Mombasa, where people may see that this is where the sport has been. One of the things that you're doing to ensure that the sport develops at the grassroots level, such that if you're going to select a team of, say, the under-16s or the under-18s, you know that you can have proper national representation. Just give us, the efforts that the federation is doing to reach out there.
Well, first of all, we've been able to establish more than 24 county associations across the country, spreading all the way to Meru and the Western Nyanza, Eastern Province, Coastal Province, all the 8 provinces we have presence. That's the first thing that we were able to do, and that is actually also dictated by the Sports Act 2013. And also we have the refugee program all the way to Kakuma, which is also one of our programs, to be able to ensure that we're able to also develop Judo for Peace. We're also going through Judo for Schools program, which we introduced judo through the school, primary school level. That ensures that we're able to reach to the grassroots, working with county governments, Ministry of Sports. That is something that is one of our strategic plans.
Okay.
Yes.
Very interesting, because I'll be coming back to those. And so right now, as you can see, our tatami is ready in the studio. That is the mat where they are. And let me just take this time to introduce our judokas. And so, as they do their demo. So let me introduce them to you. Let me start with Felix Okoko. Felix? Felix? Yes, you can just bow down, Felix. Maybe you can all face the camera, please, so that we can introduce you and they can see you. Felix Okoko. And then we've got Boniface, Caroline Sigay, and Grace Milo. So you can just introduce us. Coach.
Yes.
You will be there, you will be guiding us, so you can join them at the tatami. Yes, it's okay. Okay, don't remove it. Someone is going to come and assist you so that you can now go join them. So just taking a look at them. SG. Felix Okoko, just tell us his grade, the belt he has, so that everyone understands as here.
Yeah, Felix is 66 kg category. He also got a chance to participate in Casablanca, did a very good job. We also have Sigay and Grace Wamboi from Kidhomua Club. And we also have Boniface, who also got a chance to also participate also in Casablanca, under 55 kg. Yes. 73.
Oh,
yes.
no, that would not have been 55 kg. No.
73. Coach has rectified me, yes.
All right. Caroline, her weight is... Caroline Sigay?
Yes,
the weight?
52.
53?
52.
And for Grace?
How about yesterday, day before yesterday?
Grace unaweza tupatia mwa Kenya ya weight?
40?
57.
57. All right. And Grace is now the newest athlete that you have.
Yeah, but the day before yesterday, she won.
She won.
In Kajiado.
In Kajiado.
Yes, she did a very good job. She won.
So, and joining them on the tatami now is Coach Lawrence Karisa. So, Coach, hapa najua utakuwa, I know you're going to be totally at home here. So, you could just take us through the simple warm-up ambayo unafanya na wachezaji wako mkianza mchezo, and then you're going to give us the basic moves that every judoka must do. So over to you, Coach Karisa.
Yeah.
Kwako sasa.
Let's start with salutation first. Yes. Sasa. Ukso. Uksiamen. Shumare. Tate.
So the salutation, just take us through that, what it means, Coach Suke-san,
Yes.
what they started with.
We called it lay. We bow for the respect, the praise, respect for our teammate, and respect for the coach, and respect for all things. And we start our session. And every time start and after finish, we do lay, bowing.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So, Coach Karisa, tuambie, just tell us what the next part of this.
Okay, we are going to show how to break fall, how to fall down in judo. Because judo, you have to throw somebody down. So we are going to show how to fall down.
Okay.
Backward falling, ukemi. Ushiro ukemi in Japanese. 1, 2, kiai. Okay, good. I'm going to show how to fall sideways. Migi okokemi, right hand side falling from standing. 1, good. 2, kiai. Okay, we're going to show left hand side falling from standing. Hidari yokokemi. 1. Okay, good. We're going to show how to fall forward falling. Mae okemi in Japanese. 1. Don't roll, just roll.
Okay, just a pause. Okay. All right. Just 1 second. Kuchisuke, we saw do a somersault.
Yes.
It's one of the ways to fall forward. Okay, so give us the different variations, Coach Karisa, the different variations of falling forward. Njia tofauti za kuanguka kama sasa na hiyo kuanguka kwa njia mbele.
Yeah, we said forward, mae okemi is falling forward.
Okay. We have seen her do a roll. That is one, while the others were going flat. The different ways, if you are going to fall forward, which are the different ways you can do that?
Yeah, you're supposed to fall. We call zepo kaiten, rolling forward.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So we're going to show you.
Okay, show us that.
Right hand side falling. Mawaru Kenya. Yeah. Just slowly. Good.
Good. No hard.
Yes, good. That is right hand. So, good. Seke. Okay. And then you can also roll this one. Somersault. Pigo kim this one. Kim this one. Pigo kim. Okay. Okay, we can also.
Yes, that is.
Can also
Good. So, yes. So, Coach Isuke, you like looking at it, controlling your body weight is the most important.
Yes, yes. So that is most popular warming up for judo. So that is exercise of rolling. Yeah, we roll front, back, forward, and side also. So yeah, judo is the sport of throwing opponent. So we need to control my body and the opponent body. So that sense of control my body is the most important at first. And then we have to get the sense of the control opponent body. So that practice is very important to control myself and get the sense of controlling and protect my body also. If they cannot roll easily, they cannot roll well, it is very dangerous to get injured, something like that. So that is very important for us.
Okay. Okay, so I'll go ladies first now. So, gentlemen, Felix and Boniface, you could stand aside. Carissa, you could now take us through the basic holds and throws with Grace and Caroline. So, Felix, Boniface, can stand aside for a moment.
basic. Okay. Supposed to write. They're going to show hip techniques. Oh gosh. Major hip throw. Slowly. Okay. That is hip throw. To do hand throw. Tewaza. Ipon senagi. That's good break for. And then osotogari. Leg throw. Major outer ripping. Let's try. Good.
So the one thing that I would like to ask is, you can counter that move. So, Coach Carissa, for the four that we have seen, how do you counter them to stop your opponent from, bringing you down, either, tossing you over the shoulder or through the hip or using the leg? How you stop that? The counter move.
Okay. We show the counters. Can get enough of the counters. The counter. So that is the counter now.
Okay.
This one.
So a description of that, how that counter move works.
Yes, first of all, yes, we have to stop opponent movement. So we need to.
Okay, Yusuke-san, just a minute. Felix and Boniface, maybe you, so that you've done it at at some real speed. As Yusuke-san describes it, then you could take us step by step as to how the counter move works. So Boniface and Felix, you can do it slow motion.
Yes.
So as Yusuke-san takes us through that. Okay? Do that.
Yes. So first of all, yes, I'm said it. We have to observe opponent movement, and when the opponent use technique, we have to defend, stop opponent movement. So, Boniface, please use technique, and Felix,
So that
yes,
is it.
stop, yes. So you saw the Felix did just lower and stop opponent movement motion.
All right, so Felix, you can do it a little bit slower so that at least we can see. We know you're used to it in a fast way.
Yes.
So,
And have to be lower than opponent, then hold opponent body and use not only arms, use whole body, his leg also, his waist also, and use the technique.
okay. Now, the other one that comes in is when it comes to the scoring, let's talk about what is known as the ippon.
Ippon. Yes.
Just give us a demonstration, as to how you pin your opponent
Ippon.
on the floor.
So point, flat back. That is flat back. It's an point, full point.
Okay. You hold them down for how long, WTSG?
It doesn't matter how long for a nippon, as long as he lies flat on his back, that's a full nippon.
It's a
So
full nippon.
the game is 4 minutes. A nippon can happen even within the first 10 seconds.
20 or 25.
Or 25 seconds of success. And we get the game.
Okay.
Yeah.
So a full demonstration of another ippon, Felix and Boniface.
Fully point. It is fully point.
And the call has to be made. The other scoring ways where, a nippon isn't coming.
Wazari.
Wazari.
Yes.
So the ladies can come in. Caroline and Grace, you can come in. Talk about the wazari.
Sorry. Okay. Sorry.
All right.
Yes.
So you can repeat that move so that, and Coach Lawrence,
I'm okay now. Yes.
unaweza tuelezea pia wakati wazari ikiingia na utuelezee.
Yeah, you can see it's not flat back, it's side. That is Wazari half point. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So there you are. And what we are going to, so you've got the wazari, the ippon, and in the case of a tie,
So you go.
You go for the golden score.
the golden score.
Yes, yes. Yeah, golden score. Golden score means how to say, unlimited.
It's unlimited time. When you go into the golden score, past 4 minutes, they both might be having wazaris or no wazaris. After 4 minutes, it's unlimited until the first person to
score.
To score, yes. Then the game is over. Then they take the game.
Okay, so there you had it. Our demonstration judokas. Thank you very much. Felix, Boniface, Caroline, Felix and Boniface, you can come in. And at the end of every training session, anytime outside of competition, you warm down. So, Coach Lawrence,
Yes.
have your athletes warm down after this session.
Oh, can do the warm down. Please. chest, body, chest.
So these kind of exercises, Yusuke-san, how they help, cool down the body and relax the muscles after this training session?
Yes, yeah. That the judo is full contact using whole bodies sports. So especially after practice, their muscle will be stiff. So they need to relax for body. So they have to stretch the muscles. So we do that.
Okay. Yusuke-san, he is the national team coach. Thank you very and I'd like to thank Felix Okoko, Boniface Kwangi, we've got Caroline, Sigei, and Grace. Thank you very much for being here. And as much as I'm on this seat, I will also bow.
Yes.
Say thank you. So I'll come back to you, Deputy SG. There are two things you mentioned. Judo for schools. And first is Judo for Peace, working with the United Nations High Commission for Refugees, UNHCR at Kakuma. Just tell us about this program. Because we know the refugee, because Kenya has got a strong relationship with the refugee Olympic team, refugee athletes team as it is known.
Yes.
Just tell us about this.
It's a program also in partnership with the International Judo Federation, in partnership with the UNHCR refugee program. It's a program that has been on for a couple of years now, but as Kenya Judo Federation, we got a chance to launch it around 2 years ago. And we already have a club that is existing in Kakuma, and we've been able to recruit quite a number of judokas from that side. And the refugee program is very good for bringing out the people who come from outside there, and expose them to opportunities globally, even when it comes to getting scholarships outside the country for education purposes, and so on and so forth.
And this is the one thing that I want to see is what's the progression for the judokas there? Can they join the refugee team at the Olympics and all of that?
Yes. They can join independently, and also they can also join under the federation. Yes.
So that means, of which in this case would be who? The National Olympic Committee of Kenya is the one that does the liaison
correct.
for that.
Yes, and in the International Olympics Committee also, under the guidance of the IOC.
Okay.
Yes.
Now the other one is Judo for schools.
Yes.
Because this is where everyone's talking about. There is an interesting sport that is growing, that has been growing, and there is the urge to have sports back in schools.
Yes.
What the work that you're doing with Kenya Primary School Sports Association. Now there is the Junior Secondary School Sports Association and the Senior Secondary School Sports Association.
Well, that's a very interesting topic you've brought, Bwana Wahome, because under the physical education PE, Kitambo, we used to have some of these games like karate and judo and taekwondo, and intentionally we're lobbying to see how we can reintroduce this into the curriculum, especially now that we have the CBC, which is really encouraging sports and arts as a unique way of developing talent, nurturing talent for our athletes and taking them to the next level. It's a career path, and Judo for Schools is a program still under the IJF, and we are partnering and collaborating with the Japanese Embassy and the IJF and other interested stakeholders to see how we can equip the schools to be able to start clubs, because we do appreciate the fact that judo is not just any sport that you need an indoor infrastructure. You need equipment, you need the mats, you need the judogis. They don't come very cheaply. So it's only through partnerships and collaborations that we're able to see this implemented into our schools. And once we have enough schools, counties and schools being equipped, then we hope that the Ministry of Education and the councils that are responsible could be able to embrace and embed this into the school curriculum. So also as KJF, we're working on a curriculum that we'll be able to launch by this year, September, a judo curriculum that will be able to see the beginners at the primary level from even 0 to 5, because judo you can start even from
When you're a toddler.
When you're a toddler, all the way. So it is well covered for, and to see how it can be mandatory. Yes.
All right. Thank you very much. He is Kennedy Kwithia. He's the Deputy Secretary General, Kenya Judo Federation. And also we have got Yusuke Utashiro. Yusuke-san. Arigato gozaimasu. So, yes, he's coach of the national team, and I'm sure His Excellency the Ambassador will want to see how much work you have done. You'll be proud of it, I'm sure. With when we have the next tournament, that is the first week,
first of March,
which is the Japanese Ambassadors Cup at the More International Sports
at Kate Kasarani, yes, indoor arena.
And also to Lawrence Karisa, who's the assistant coach of the national team, also Felix Okoko, Boniface Mkangi, Caroline Tingay, and Grace Mailu, who have been here and giving us the demonstrations around the sport. We take our first break, and in the next hour, let's talk about running and trees and why this should happen. Our sign language interpreter has been Anu Wangeshi. We take a short break. We'll be back.